The Gardening Rebel channel, and today we're actually not going to be in the garden spot. We're getting some of our leftover produce from the gardens ready to pickle. Earlier this week I done a video on us going and picking the remnants of the small tomatoes, green beans, some okra, and some jalapeno peppers. So today we're going to mix all this together in a jar and pickle it for this winter time. I'm also using some garlic cloves. I usually buy one section, you know, go in a jar. Some dill, canning salt, apple cider vinegar, some of our own habanero pepper seasoning, and 1 cup of water. We've got our jars sterilizing right now on top of the stove. So what I'm going to do is put what I need in my vinegar solution to get it to a boil to pour over vegetables. However, I'm not really good at using measuring utensils when it comes to cooking. I'm usually a shake guy. But we're going to use 1 teaspoon of dill, now this is just pepper that I put in there, so I'm not really paying attention to what's going on. This was habaneros that we sun dried last year, and we just stuck them in a grinder. You got to be kind of careful with them though, because they get pretty ripe. Alright. Put a little bit of salt in there. About 1/2 teaspoon. And when I start to do my canning, I'll actually put a little bit more salt in the bottom of the jars. Now, set this on the stove and let it start to boil. Now, to prepare some of my stuff that I've got here, the green beans, things of that nature, not going to be that big of a deal. So if you're going to take, cut the end off. You can break it off, but I've got to use a knife anyway for something, so. And what I do with my peppers, a few of them I'll cut into little slices. Checking my tomatoes out, clean them up. Okra, another little bean, and then we'll continue this process through the remaining produce that we're going to use, and we'll start packing it in our jars. Wiping the lid off a little bit. Got it sitting there. It's sterilized. Our mixture's going. It's coming to a boil. Now I've got a couple tomatoes here that I picked that were a little bit too big for the canning process. This is actually the size I like. However, I had a lot of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to quarter these up. Here's your peeled garlic. That'll go in the bottom of our jars. And what I've done right here is I've taken a piece of okra and I've de-seeded it and I've mixed it with my jalapeno peppers. Now you don't have to do that. It's just simply for looks. I think it will look very nice just floating around in the jar. Add a little bit of texture to the look to it, you might want to say. Now this one right here is almost turning red. So what we're going to do is leave it. That's a good look for a jar, especially if you're giving these as gifts or you're taking them to the farmer's market. A lot of the time the color will stand out and it will draw people's attention. So that's what you want if you're giving these as gifts. When we go to pack your jars, you want to put your clove of garlic in the bottom. When you stick your okra inside your jar, that's one thing you gotta look at. Look at the top, because it's going to have to be at least 1/4 of an inch away from the top, and this is not 1/4 of an inch. And okra has air pockets. So what I'm going to do, simply cut the tip of it off. I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to poke a little hole right here in the top. That actually lets some of your liquid soak down into the okra and it gives it a little bit better taste. Stem part up, stem part down. If you're using okra that's pretty much the same size. Then I'm going to throw a pepper in there. Oh, pepper in there, a couple tomatoes. Let's see, I've got some green beans right here. Throw that in there, a little bit more okra. Some more tomatoes. Tomato. I'm going to save my red pepper for the outside, so I'm going to stick him right there. Got another big nice jalapeno. Pack it down in there. A few more little pieces of diced tomato in there. Small piece of okra. Some more green beans. More tomatoes. I like the green beans. The green beans are spicy. You're packing your stuff down there tight in your jar. Now, there's no sense in letting this stuff go to waste out in the garden. You're going to say, well, typically I would can peppers, I would can okra, I would can green beans separately. And normally with this, I also would put in small cucumbers that weren't going to make it. However, our cucumber vines flourished early and died out early. So this is the diced up jalapeno and the okra seeds. I'm just going to shake some in there. Shake it around. Oop. Move out some. Some more green beans. Some more okra. Another pepper. And some more diced up tomatoes. Alright. I think that's going to do it right there. Packed in there tight. So, we have one small tomato left. Bird peck on it. That's where we de-seeded our okra. A couple pieces of green beans that wouldn't fit down in there. Stem of jalapeno. 1 quart apple cider vinegar. The dill. Pickling or cannon salt. And we are up to a boil. So it's time to get that stuff out there and get it in our jars. Alright, we've got our mixture here. Fixing to throw it in the jars. Got my lids. Sterilizing over here in hot water. My bands. hot. There you go. Give them a hot bath. Clean up our mess. And we're done. Pickled peppers, okra, green beans, tomatoes, garlic cloves. And normally it would have small cucumbers in it, but this year we were just out of luck. Let them set like that for a little bit, and I'm going to give them a hot bath real quick. Our jars are sealed. We're done. They come out of the hot bath. They look pretty good. I love the way that looks with the red pepper. Kind of got it in there. And this year we've put up dill pickles, green beans. We've still got to do some pear preserves and our tomatoes. Our pear tree's not doing really well this year. We've got pears on it, but not a lot. So I'm going to hit the neighbors up for their pears. A lot of them are older people, and a lot of the pears just fall on the ground and rot. But we're going to take advantage of that and give them back some of the pear preserves. So, for the Gardening Rebel, I'm out of here. If you're not a subscriber, please do so. Leave us a comment, ask us a question, anything you think that we may be able to help you with, feel free to do that, and we'll get back in touch with you as soon as possible. But until next time, I'm out of here, and I hope to see you again back down at the garden spot. Thanks for watching.